Welcome along to another video. Today we're talking about the Arthur Plura Raging Gigas, which has been asked of me a couple of times. Now, first of all, we've got a Giga with roughly the same stats as you'd get in PvP. Ignore the level. We've got 36,922 health. That means that the rage point of this Giga is 9,248 damage. That's not including saddle. Any reduction it gets from saddle doesn't count to Giga Rage. So now we've got an Arthur Plura with 45,000 HP. Now they will reflect back 20% of its damage, so it can do a maximum reflected damage of 9,008. Now you're going to get this best if it's Cryosick. So Cryosick your dinos when you throw them out, your Arthur Pluras. Okay, now we know this isn't going to rage, so this is a proof of concept. So this does 9,008 reflected damage, as you can see. And that's not enough to rage the Giga, because the rage threshold of this Giga is 9,248. Now remember, that is affected by the maximum HP of Gigas, so I've been a little bit more than you normally see in official stats, just to prove a point. And saddle does absolutely nothing in this case, which is a good thing. So here we have 121,000 HP Arthur Plura. That means that it's going to reflect 24,304 damage maximum. If it's Cryosick and taking 10 times damage, that's how you're going to get this Giga to do that much damage. So as we've named it, the Giga will rage with a mate boost. So 121,000 HP Arthur Plura is enough to rage a Giga with mate boost. Now we're going to go into all of the numbers later at the end of the video, so you know exactly what you're looking for in your Arthur Pluras. But you can get Arthur Pluras to this HP. It's not even that hard to do if you've got the maximum damage stat. So let's bring over our mate boost. 33% damage reduction. That means that now our reflected damage is going to be 16,283, which is still plenty enough to rage this Giga. So next up, we're going to do some examples. So we've got 68,000 HP Arthur Plura. That means it will do a reflected damage of 13,697. But with the mate boost, it will only do damage of 9,177. But without the mate boost, it will do 13,697. So that means that, looking at the Giga Rage threshold, this will rage if we bite it without mate boost, but it won't rage if we bite it with the mate boost. So let's just show that now. And as you can see, we've named it won't rage with mate boost, and it will still do a lot of damage. It will still do 9,177 damage to the Giga, so it's a significant loss of health, and you'll see how bloody it gets, but it's not enough to rage it. Now unfortunately, our mate boosted Giga ran in and finished it off. I thought I'd whistle passive, but obviously it didn't reach, so I was going to show that without the mate boost, but we'll get a new one. Now we'll show this. It's just 48,000 HP, which is only does a reflected damage of 9,604. So that's 20,000 HP less Arthur Plura, but because we haven't got the mate boost, it's going to rage our Giga. And this just shows how important mate boost is, and mate boost is more important than imprint bonus. I can't stress that enough. And obviously it means you need 2 Gigas, and that's fine, but then also if you've got 2 Gigas, you've got twice the amount of DPS. So mate boosted Gigas are better than imprinted Gigas. If you can have mate boosted and imprinted rider, then even better. As I say, I'll go through the numbers at the end of the video, so remember to take off God mode. And we're only doing this in single player so we can see the numbers, so I can prove the concept. This is 100% works, exactly the same in official. Okay, and there we go, it raged as suspected. So let's look at the figures, the important numbers that you need to know moving forward. Okay, so with a 37,000 HP Giga, which is a little bit more than you normally see on official, but not that much more, and it's certainly doable. So the minimum Arthro HP with no buffs will rage this Giga at just 46,250. If it's an imprinted rider, your Arthro needs to be 66,072. If it's a mate boosted, not imprinted, just mate boosted, it's 69,000. Now here's the magic number. Mate boosted and imprinted rider, you need an Arthur Plura of 102,000 HP, and that will rage anything that hasn't got a UT buff. If you're going to include UT buff, it's 135,500, which again, it's doable. You need quite a few levels in your Alpha Plura and probably more of a waste than you'd want to do, but the numbers are there. If you want to do it, then there you go.